So here I am getting ready to set up the tent. I've got the poles pretty much opened up and locked into place. It's a pretty easy setup, especially when your brain is working. Mine wasn't really today. But you just take the pole, which is that one narrow end, the single section of pole going into the narrow end. The wide end on the opposite side has two that kind of V out. And then this top little middle beam support just hooks in two little peg hole type things on the middle to keep that headspace up. But otherwise, pretty easy setup. The little clips just hook onto the pole, and then the poles themselves feed into the color-coded little plastic holes by the buckles on the end. And overall, that's pretty much it. I probably got to work on how I stake the tent, but overall, it's okay. And here's it all set up with my sleep system inside.
Apparently the dogs like the tent. Ah! Jeez, he's gonna break it. He's gonna break something. Oh my god.
Hi. Okay, so I figured I'd give a little overview of the inside of the tent now that I have it set up. Keep in mind I don't have the footprint yet, so I just used a tarp. I'm going to show you what my ground looks like so you have a better idea of what I'm working with, and then I'll talk about my setup. Okay, so this is my ground right now because it's winter and my grass died. As you can see, it's like very kind of uneven, and since we're in Colorado and we've had no moisture, it's also really dry and like clay-like. So I actually had to use a rock to help me like pound in the stakes. So then I have the tent set up. I can probably work on how I pitch it, but for now I think I did okay. I have my Thermarest Trail Scout. I have the long length because I'm tall, and I have really liked that. I used that on our section hike last year before we got rained out. And even having that on the ground here that's like really, really bumpy and kind of rocky and hard, it's it's really nice. Like, it's comfortable to lay on. I can kind of feel the bumps through my butt just because, you know, pinpoints and everything. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. And then I just got this pillow. I have not used it yet, but it's the foam one. It packs down really easy in the bottom of my pack. It's the Thermarest, I think the small, there's like $20, and it feels like actual pillowcase material, and it's actually comfortable. It packs down really easily. I put it at the very bottom of my pack, and the weight of everything really smushed it down. And that was half an hour ago, and it's already almost back to full fluff. And then my dogs have already been in here, so everything's a mess. But this is my quilt that I use for now. It's a Featherstone quilt from Amazon. It wasn't the cheapest thing, but it was a little bit cheaper than an Enlightened Equipment. I was fine with it on our section hike. So I'm gonna test it at home in some cold Colorado winter weather just to make sure it'll be okay for an actual through hike. But anyways, so let's get to the inside of the tent. So I have doorkeeper. So I have that kind of hooked in. Oh, that's my house. So I have that kind of hooked in and opened right now. I don't have the other side. Let's see. At the head, you have these two pockets, which are really nice. I normally like to keep my inhaler and my phone and like my charging bank right next to my head, and sometimes a few other things. So that's really nice. And then there's a second one on this side. And then right above the head, you have this big kind of top pocket that can also hold stuff. That's probably where I'd end up maybe putting my phone. It also has these little things, so you can keep your phone from being rolled on, and if you want to, listen to stuff. I don't know how often I'll use that, but it's nice to have. I'm glad the pocket's there. There's also these little knobbies, hooks, on all 5 corners of the tent. Not really a corner, but there's some going all the way down as well. And then, so you can see, and then you have this big pocket up here, which could, you know, hold probably a good amount. Down jacket, rain jacket, a few different things, I guess. Clothes for the next day, whatever you might want to put there. I will say, I am like 6'3", and I'm a little close. I'm about end to end. But I also have the Mountain Glow version, which I'm really excited about. But this is the battery bank, which you can unhook just like that. It's like a little USB. It takes I think it takes 3 AAA batteries. Okay, so now it's plugged back in. So that part you can remove if you don't want the extra weight. Otherwise, this tent is maybe like 2 ounces total more than the non-Mountain Glow. With batteries, that adds a little bit more weight. There's a little pocket right there for it. Can't really get it back in one-handed. Haven't figured that out yet. Okay, I'll do that later. But yeah, it just kind of feeds through the lights. They're almost like little fairy lights, like blue LED kind of, and they run all the way around the top here. Let's see. I know it's dark out, or it's light out, but you can kind of see they came on. There's 2 settings. There's like a high, and then like a blinking. But yeah, and then you can just turn them off as well. So off, on. Yeah. So that is that.